many trout drifting a royal wolf through the same hatch. For everyone who fishes hard from an hour before dawn until midnight, someone else will land just as many fish, but still somehow manage to spend half the day sleeping under a tree. It is true that most good fly fishers can go through the motions reasonably well. They can cast, wade, find and stalk fish, select fly patterns, tie strong knots, and all that. But if one is the kind of person who'd naturally become a great caster, then that's how he comes at it. If not, maybe he becomes an adventurous wader to make up for it, slogging to within 15 feet of the spot someone else will cast all the way across the river to reach. It's rare for even the best fishermen to be experts at everything, but one way or another, they all get the fly to the fish. And things change over time, too. I'll probably never be a truly great fly caster, but I'm better than I used to be. I do work at it, and there have been a few fish I've caught only because I managed to make a great throw. But then I've only gotten to be a progressively better caster as my trick knee has gotten trickier. It's been known to pop out of joint when pushed sideways by a strong current. I guess I'm just taking up slack, although I prefer to think of it as systematically replacing the brute force of youth with adult finesse. Then again, even though I do cast a little better, I can still get around in the water well enough, too. Years of extreme wading taught me how to pick easier routes through bad currents, and I've actually developed a meditation technique that lets me lower my center of gravity when I'm in the water. So maybe you can do a little better than just break even. With luck, it can be like quitting drinking without entirely losing the sense of fun you learned while you were smashed. I've also noticed that a lot of good fishermen have the uncanny ability to immediately turn any conversation to angling with a fly rod, on the theory that the essence of anything is in how it's either like or unlike fishing, and they often do it so deftly they don't even stretch the point. My friend Pat Leonard is in the music business, and he's pretty successful at it. Many good fly fishers also seem to be very good at something else, too. I'm not sure why, although I have some half-baked ideas. Anyway, it's become kind of a joke with us to crack any subject by pretending to search for just the right analogy, and then finally saying, "Well, it's sort of like fishing, isn't it?" The other day, Pat was talking about the agonies of writing music, and I said, "So it's sort of like fishing, then?" And he said, "Well, yeah, except on a bad day your piano doesn't swim under a rock and stay there until you go away." Pat's real successful, as I said, but after too many years spent as a trout bum, I can't help thinking of him as a fisherman who works part-time as a famous record producer to support his habit. Then again, he's enough of a fisherman that he might agree with me. I also have to say that the best fishermen I know are fanatics, although most have been that way for so long that a kind of eerie calm has settled over them, so it's not always obvious. And they also spend a hell of a lot of time fishing. Some can do that because they have a lot of money. Others don't have much money because they spend a hell of a lot of time fishing. It's like getting the fly to the fish. One way or another, they get it done. That's probably the most important part of getting really good at this. Tom McGuane once wrote, "Angling is extremely time-consuming. That's sort of the whole point." And it's occurred to me a few times, when I've gotten into some local political battle or idly wondered how I'd be paying the mortgage in the next 10 or 20 years, that God must have invented fly fishing to keep old hippies from getting rich or ruling the world. But then, some of us who have it bad for fishing either don't hanker that much for money and power, or don't care to do what it takes to get them. All we really want is bigger trout, better rods, and a happy sex life. I guess the one thing all great fly fishers have in common is they seem to have figured something out that's eluded the rest of us. Spend much time around one of these guys, and you begin to suspect that whatever it takes to catch fish, it's not quite what you thought it was. But the hidden truth behind that is it took them years on the water to arrive at it. It's not just fishing.